Day 127, verses 14 to 16, the ultimate resting place. Namaste and welcome to Gita 360. Over the past few days, we have seen how a lifetime of remembrance prepares us for the final moment. Today, the verses reveal why that remembrance matters. They show us the destination where that path finally leads and why no other destination can compare. O Parth, for the yogi who constantly remembers me with an undivided mind and remains ever united with me, I am easily attained. To the one whose mind does not wander towards other things, who remembers him constantly and exclusively, Krishna is easily attainable. The premise is striking because we often feel that the divine must be difficult to reach, an attainment reserved for great saints or extraordinary seekers. But the Gita says otherwise. The obstacle stopping us from reaching the divine is simply the tendency of the mind to keep wandering away. The heart always returns to what it loves the most. We do not have to remind ourselves to think about the people we deeply love or the worries that truly occupy us. They return on their own. In the same way, remembrance of the divine gradually stops feeling like an effort when the mind rests on him with constant and exclusive devotion. The divine then becomes the heart's resting place. Having attained me, the great souls do not take birth again in this temporary world of suffering. They have reached the highest perfection. When a seeker attains the divine, the soul is no longer bound to return to this world of change, sorrow, and impermanence. It is freed from the continuous cycle of life and death, reaching the highest fulfillment. However, attaining the divine is more than freedom from the cycle of birth and death. It is the end of a search that shapes every human life. We keep hoping that one more experience, one more achievement, or one more possession will finally give us the fulfillment we want. The verse points to a fulfillment of a different kind. When the heart finds the eternal, it no longer needs to keep asking, "What next?" because there is nowhere else it needs to go. In all the realms of this material world, up to the highest abode of Brahma, you will be subject to rebirth, O Arjuna. But on attaining me, O son of Kunti, there is no further rebirth. The Vedic scriptures describe many realms of existence, from earthly life to the highest realm of Brahma. Yet all of them remain within creation and are subject to time. Anything that exists in any of these realms has a beginning and will one day come to an end. Only the divine exists beyond the reach of time, as it is a permanent state of being. Those who attain the divine escape the cycle of birth and death. They find a lasting peace that is only found by reaching what never changes. Sometimes we search everywhere for something that has been with us all along. A pair of glasses resting on our head, keys already in our pocket, a phone lying quietly under the pillow. The search feels difficult, even though the object is near us, because our attention is looking everywhere except where it is. These verses invite us to think whether our spiritual search is often the same. We think that peace lies somewhere far ahead, waiting beyond one more achievement, one more experience, or one more stage of life. Yet the Gita turns our attention in a different direction. The greatest distance may not be between us and the divine. It may simply be between our restless minds and the place where they finally come to rest. Thought of the day. The divine is never far from a heart that has stopped wandering. Where does my mind return when it is free to wander? Thank you for joining me on Gita 360. May we keep turning our hearts towards the divine a little more each day. And as our minds become quieter and more steady, may we discover that what we have been seeking has never been far away.